Once we get a product in the home, what we keep and how we store it says a lot about us. And there's one room in the house that gives the most away. The bedroom. And for me, this is where the action is. Speaking as a designer, of course. The storage of clothes wasn't an issue in the age of servants. They did it all for you. But really, I need a valet, but I've got this valet stand instead. Now, this is an old piece of furniture that I suspect not many of you have at home. What it does is keep my exquisite tailoring nicely draped so all the shape is still there. I can put my trousers over there, put my cufflinks in there. What are those exactly? But what I suspect you've all really got is one of these hideous little creatures that breed and multiply and, well, it's a coat hanger, it's a wire one. It was in a lampshade factory in America that this little gizmo was born. And it was born because one of the employees decided that his employer didn't have anywhere to hang the coats. So I'm going to recreate the magic of that creative process. So, I've not got something that'll cut this. It looks a bit thick. So, Ian, have you got one of those belt-mounted all-purpose? Well, it's not quite the tool I had in mind, but I'll just put this down on the floor. Come down here. That's it. I love creativity, it's great. This moment of creation where this product was born was in 1903, and it was Albert Parkhouse that did the inventing and created and thinking sideways. And as a designer, I could feel for this, really. He had his idea stolen by his boss. The boss turned the factory over to making coat hangers, and lampshades went out the window, and Albert didn't make a penny, but his boss made a fortune. What a hang-up. Hey, what do you think of that, Alison?
Do you know, I'm actually very impressed.
Hey, she's impressed, and that's good, because she's a curator of historic costume. What's this, coat hanger case?
No, it's actually a hat box. Let's have a look.
Oh, this looks quite a gem, this, isn't it? Bit of a gem.
It is, yeah.
Who would have worn this, then? What rank is this?
Well, this would have belonged to a lieutenant in the Royal Navy. He just would have worn it for ceremonial occasions because it's quite a late Victorian example.
Is it?
Yeah. We've got this one here, which is made from leather. And as you say, it does contain a top hat. And of course, you can see from the shape of the box that it's been perfectly designed for storing this hat.
A fantastic solution. It's very logical, really.
It is. What
does it say about the way people store their clothing?
Well, I think, you know, they did care for their clothes a lot more. They would have been more expensive, not like the throwaway clothes we have now. So it would have been very important to store them correctly and maintain them as well.
So you put the hat in the boxes. Where do you put the boxes?
On top of the wardrobe.
Today's fitted wardrobes leave no space on top because there's no end to the compartmentalising inside. Look at these ties. Some people, even if I'm not one of them, still take pride in their clothes and how they store them.
After all this expense and all these beautiful suits and wonderful clothes, we still hang them on these things. Now, what do you make of this?
Well, I'd use it as a car aerial.
And I use them to clean drains. But one has been used to save a life.
The doctor who saved the life of a jumbo jet passenger at 35,000 feet has been hailed as a hero by his patient. Professor Angus Wallace, who was on his way back from Hong Kong to London, used a coat hanger in an emergency operation to drain the passenger's punctured lung.
Of all the storage devices we've seen, who'd have thought that the humble wire coat hanger would have been such a lifesaver?
It's amazing the number of things we decide to keep in our homes and the number of places we manage to find to put them all. And even in a modest home like this, there's still plenty of space. Who knows? Maybe in a parallel universe, every home is like this. At least it would save space on housing estates. See you another time.